कृपया ध्यान दीजिए. The language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen, yaar, don't be so conservative. Captain America, the first Avenger. Thor, the god of thunder. Black Panther, king of Wakanda. Cyrus. Oh, I'm not part of the Avengers, but I have fallen in love with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, guys. So how excited was I to learn that now my pets can enjoy them too? Introducing Heads Up for Tails Marvel range of products. From premium Marvel-themed dog beds to Marvel t-shirts for your pets to Marvel-themed dog harnesses and collars and some awesome Marvel-themed pet accessories. Also, even Marvel-themed capes that your four babies can wear. They look especially adorable in the capes. Love the capes. So just visit the one-stop shop for all your pet care needs. Heads Up for Tails to get the best food, treats, clothes and accessories for your little fur balls. Visit www.headsupfortails.com or visit the Heads Up for Tails store today. Now, America's calling me. Except I don't have the shield. Where's the shield? Hey! What a fantastic show, because Navin has just completely metamorphosized into something else. Let's just take a look at him. Yeah, Navin, you do look different. And then, of course, there's the prodigal wig maker right there.
Yes.
The man with the Lionel Richie touch who brings 80s music back to us. Sriraam, very popular name in India. Very, very safe name to have on your Aadhaar card, I'm told. Just show it and keep walking. In most places, not always, not 100%. Yeah, so we're missing. Hi, Hemisha. Good morning. Oh, Amit, you got a good morning from Hemisha.
I did get a good morning.
Wow.
By the way, I don't know. Amit doesn't watch the show anymore. Like anyone who runs something, they don't use the product. So he has no idea how popular he is amongst our regulars, because regulars keep asking, "Where's Amit? How's Amit?" You
Yeah.
feature three. You and Kunal feature whether you're there or not.
Okay.
For different reasons. They protect him from me, and
Okay.
they miss you. See, everybody's already jumping in with.
This is like Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
This is like Mark Zuckerberg using Facebook. That's what.
Okay, one sec. Let's look at that. Because I've been given the role of Sajid Khan.
Sajid Khan.
Amit Shah.
No,
fair
you're
enough. There's
Zakir.
some
I'm
likeness.
Amit Shah.
You got the best out of the three. Shri, come on.
Yeah.
You've been given Zakir Hussain, and the heart is next to you as well.
I'll
So
take Zakir Hussain over Malinga any day, man. I'll say that much. Just
I feel you're more Zakir than Malinga, because Malinga is not much of a
Yeah.
talker, and Zakir doesn't stop talking. We think
It
his
is
hands
also-
talk, his mouth talks as much. We should have him. Can we get him on the podcast? He's great. He's
Zakir
so
Hussain.
funny. He's hilarious. He's a
I'd
great
love to
guy.
get Zakir Hussain on.
Zakir is he's
he's
a
in
laugh a
LA,
minute.
right?
He's very
Yeah.
self-deprecating and easy to work with, guys. We must get him on, and the chicks dig
Nice.
him. We need one
If he
guy women
cancels, then
like on the
I
show.
can swoop in.
Yeah, no, he you can do all his stunts, no?
If you want to get somebody who the chicks dig, let me just move over and let the other person in. Chicks really dig this guy.
Okay, or you want Naveen in
Oh.
it?
Well, I mean,
So Amit's made his one almost incorrect, politically wrong, homophobic sort of gesture. I don't know why.
Look at this.
Chicks dig this guy, you know.
Oh,
This is
look
my
at
cousin Naveen, who's
look at
wearing the
this
same outfit.
twinning
Give
right
me
now
though.
that's happening.
And Amit has
Look
walked
at
out,
you
so
two.
all those hearts and all are going to go out of the window right now. He says
Yeah, they
to all
miss
the
him.
ladies who are missing Amit, he will return. He says, like that's what all men say, except that guy in the gruesome murder. I mean, that was just oof.
We're
Wow.
all blending with the background, both of us. Have you
Really?
noticed, yeah?
Yeah, I planned
very
it. You know me. I spend hours over my wardrobe. Unlike Shri, who's just basically uprooted a tree and put it on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every time I
and
see
I-
Sriram, the hair is just like a new chapter.
I think he's now deliberately doing that. No, Naveen, you can't actually look like that.
Yeah.
This is like he's called three guys from
Ah.
Gurgaon and said, "Chalo, khicho," and they've all pulled it.
One day for shock effect, he just went bald. I
Yeah.
remember all
This
of
is a
that.
shock effect.
Yeah. Looking at his face every time.
Shri, just the usual love here. Foreplay, we call it.
Hey.
Us comedians.
Or
Just
three-play.
to answer the original question, I still have to buy a wardrobe to get a wardrobe. So I just pick up whatever is there that I go to corporate
so,
events and just
uh,
get free t-shirts.
Sorry about your corporate events, because the audio listeners are complaining. You know, they have no idea what we're talking about. So I'm feeling really bad. I can't even describe your look, except I tried uprooted
Ah.
tree, bit of Zakir Hussain. We tried everything. I don't know how to describe it. But for those
Yeah.
who can't see at the moment, you're lucky. That's what I'll say. The Zakir
Arya-
covered tea bags.
Arya
Ah,
underscore-
wow, Taj.
What a reference! What a reference! Very nice.
Yeah.
They went from
Yeah.
Zakir Hussain to like now Saif Ali Khan, right? Is the
Yeah, you mean the
It's
brand
the
ambassador
latest, yeah,
for
ambassador
tea?
for Taj.
What is the
Yeah,
brand called? Taj.
Taj,
Taj. What is
Taj
it?
Mahal,
Taj.
Taj
Taj.
Mahal
Taj
tea.
Mahal chai.
Yeah,
Poor Shah Jahan put all his money and work and talent of great architects and designers into that thing, and now it's just a cup of chai. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just ridiculous.
yeah.
It's better than A1 Wagh Bakri chai.
It's no,
You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
like
true,
Hey,
true.
A1 Wagh Bakri. What is Wagh Bakri? It's like
I
it's a tiger and a goat.
yeah, I think
This
there's
is
Wagh
a
A1.
they
Bakri,
want to
Wagh Bakri
yeah.
is Maharashtrian Shahjahan. That's what.
No, I think they just bring the animal in you when you drink the tea, which because tea otherwise is very docile sort of drink. You want to give
Yeah.
it a little power, empower the chai in a sense. Speaking of chai, you know who's the most famous chai person? The Prime Minister.
But
Yes.
did you know?
Yes.
I just had this trivia I read recently that the word tea and chai depends on which port of China tea was transported to, because certain part of the port could only say te, which is te, and the other part could only say cha, which is cha, and then over time it became tea and chai based on either the coastal route or the land route. So that's how the names happened.
My response is boring.
It's interesting. People are loving
That
it. Rishi was nodding
that
his head.
explains that
Rishi's
explains
gone to
chai
sleep.
tea.
Coffee, coffee.
You don't drink anything. That's why you're against caffeine as a product.
I'm just kidding. It's a very interesting story. Tell us more. But Sri,
It's better than
Uh,
when you used to read Tinkle comics and as a child they would just give you false information. Okay, like
not
on
false.
no wait example, Tika there was one entire chapter remember, and it was just like one Chinese guy was drinking hot water and some leaves came and flew into his cup, and then he was like, oh, this is flavorful, and then he that's bullshit. That's not how
So
it
you're telling me
happened.
even then China had a hand in our comics?
Exactly.
Sort of making their legendary
Their
status.
communist agenda
Yeah.
was
Leaves
the
from China, vessels from India. God, it's
it
so
was,
wrong.
yeah.
yeah.
Can't wait for Bal
Bakri
Supandi.
has a proper coffee shop in Pune. Went
Yeah.
on a date once. Shavik, you cheapo. We met Shavik by the way. He came for that show.
Oh yeah, how was the
Really?
show? I missed
He
out.
was 17 years old. He's a small young man with a hairy chest. Very sweet.
That's a good indication.
No, but I was stunned because I thought nobody under 60 was listened to the show, right, Grim Fandango? My people, my people. It's
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
it's okay. Ageism is
Be
fine.
familiar.
Yeah,
But how was the show, guys? I was not there.
it was fantastic. They were really good. None of them abused us. No tomatoes, no eggs,
No,
nothing
they
like
came
that.
for you only, yeah.
Yeah, MCBC happened.
And I was so glad to see you in a suit. Like you fully came like dressed up, and then these
Dude, this
shoots,
is a story of my life. I have
these
never
comics.
dressed correctly for anything. I'm always
No,
the
you were
wrong guy.
correctly dressed.
No, I was not.
You were.
The audience was casual.
In contrast, you see Abbas in his like nerdy t-shirts, and then you're like,
Abbas pulled out one of his t-shirts, some line written, like I am really skinny. Look at me from this perspective. One of
yeah,
those
I'm
things,
not bald.
all
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I mean, we can just print it for him. We can just keep it blank and we'll write on it. One of us. Yeah,
Our
so-
producer is now
Oh,
even later than
and
me.
late, I'm going to try and show the late Latif who's walked in.
And he
Sparsh.
cut his hair. Now you can see his eyes.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
disgusting.
And now the excuse for coming late will be a very strange one. And by the way, guys, I have to rush to Nariman Point at 11. I have to leave to get the Israeli visa. Yes, that's
Nice.
right. I found myself a young girl called Julia. Julia Wise, and I'm going to marry her against my wife's wishes, and I'm going to settle down in Tel Aviv.
That's good.
Yeah.
Israeli visa is good only.
And Wi-Fi works. So
Yeah.
what's your problem?
I'm not. I have no problem. I'm actually looking forward to it. Call me for the wedding also. What I'm saying.
Me and the Jewish people, we share one thing in common. We don't necessarily want to spend too much on the wedding. Yeah, not like you Punjabis. Shri, are you the
Yeah.
guy in charge of the show?
Yes.
Then shouldn't you be
I
taking over the show?
Apparently.
I actually wanted to speak about this because we are already talking about Israelis. Did anyone hear Dave Chappelle's Saturday Night Live monologue?
Yeah. I mean, Rishi and me were
And
there. We were actually,
In
I mean,
spirit.
I can do verbatim for you. He began with, and, went on for about
And he
5
ended
minutes.
with like tapping the mic on his knee. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he
yeah.
did.
And making those big eyes.
oddly,
yes.
oddly,
Yeah,
this time he
yeah,
didn't do any of that. He
yeah.
didn't do any of the tapping of the mic. He didn't do any of the look how big my dick is. He actually made it funny, and it was odd to see it happen.
Because there was a
But a
sounding
lot of
board
backlash.
watching the jokes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what's your point, Shri? Not to, get
So,
lost
so
in
the backlash is again started. So again, there's a lot of like they're branching him or whatever with Kanye West and Kyrie Irving, amongst others. And there's a whole undercurrent in the US of
But he
like
made anti-Semitic
Jewish.
remarks. What's the commonality? Or just anti?
He addressed the anti-Semitic remarks, and at the same time, he went on to say that early in his comedic career, he was told not to use two English words together, the and Jews, and he goes on, and then
But
he goes on
don't.
like,
For what it's worth, he's converted to Islam. So you got that as well going on, with the two
Yeah,
communities not getting along, etc.,
yeah,
in the Middle East. So
yeah.
it's almost like this murder that's taken place here by Naveen. Who's this guy? Do you know him?
Which guy? Oh, the Afaq. Ashfaq.
Aftab,
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 Aftab.
Aftab,
I'm sorry.
Aftab, Aftab.
I'm racist in my criminal knowledge
You're
also.
really, I mean, just the front page of every newspaper
This,
in every language
this,
in India. But yeah,
No,
okay.
last night my
this
partner was fully
reminds.
like in depth, like going
Uh,
through it. Like
uh,
he's very that way. He's like, oh,
yeah.
this
But look
drama.
at this way.
Yeah,
Surname is Poonawala, the family that
yeah,
gave
Yeah,
us the vaccine, and then this. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
there's such a huge difference.
Yeah, and of
Disparity
course
there.
it's gone into a whole new tangent, which
Yeah.
is like, oh, and Agrima, who's a fellow comic and former accused of being anti-India. Like remember when there was a whole
They go
scene.
together, don't they?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to say it.
So
Yeah.
so, so she said now there'll be like a lot of problems when it comes to giving housing to like single living couples
Yeah.
or queer couples and all, and everybody's like, how is queer into this and all of that,
Uh,
and then
mm,
half an hour later one news article is like, मिलिए इनसे, ये आफ्ताब, ये है pro India, pro Muslim, pro LGBTQ, and I realized that immediately they profiled him as like a pro
That
libertarian.
was my worry.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is loser thing of a murder of one male against one female. There's nothing more to it than that.
Yeah, they made it into Muslim Hindu so
And
fast.
doing the queer touch and the this touch and the communist
Yeah.
touch and the caste touch.
There was also this Hyderabad doctor thing, no, where like a doctor was bullied and made to say
Yeah.
Jai Shri Ram forcefully
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Muslim kids,
Yeah.
and again it became a whole different thing.
The ragging you're talking about. Yeah,
Ragging only, yeah. And they were like, that was really brutal to watch. I don't know what's
But bro,
like wrong with this
back in the
country.
day, I mean, the kind of ragging that I've seen, and I'm not really partisan, I won't say I did it, but but it's just par for the course, huh? It's just sad that some people, because they can't take it, then it goes berserk and whatever. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying a lot of people have been ragged and nothing
Yeah, I
unto
think
what
it's
happened.
the severity of it all, right? Like sometimes it's very physically humiliating,
See, if
and
you see
some
it-
kids
if
are
you
like just
see
from the
it,
house directly to the
when they
college.
film it and you see it, it looks horrible. It looks
Yeah,
really bad.
yeah.
But somehow the other, it's a different. I don't want
It's
to.
just the cameras have come
I'll
in
sound like I'm
now.
pro ragging. I'm just going to back off. There's no point because I'm slightly pro, but very slightly.
I mean, yeah.
I find people are too fragile.
If
So
you-
this
yeah,
the
ragging. If you
fragility
said
has
ki, like a Tang Kishna, for example, right?
Huh.
Like if you said that, okay, you're a junior, so you have to like maybe get a cold drink for us, or
Yeah.
we'll call you names, we'll call
they
you.
made me swim.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the floor on land.
That is
So
basic.
it's not so bad.
Exactly
but
what
it's
I'm saying.
humiliating.
Yeah.
Because everybody's watching you, especially
Now,
all the young
imagine
girls.
opening a soda bottle with your asshole. Like that's the kind
But
of.
you like that
humiliating-
kind of thing.
Me, I'm yes, but like there are others who are not into it.
Ek aur pila do.
Well,
One of
Naveen,
those.
you
Like
can't.
muscle
Naveen, you
practice.
can't just. Naveen, all the things
But
that you like,
you can't rag Naveen.
they can't-
He
yeah.
loves all this shit. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
let's
Yeah.
go, boys.
I remember like
It's
even my
like
seniors
Naveen
know like when
complaining
they used to.
tomorrow, like, hey, I'm being asked to dress in drag, but you sort of that's the thing that you enjoy.
And then you
as a
pretend you
culture,
don't like
so-
it. Hey, Shri, the whole idea is going to pretend you don't like it, so they keep going at it.
Yeah.
So you have a really
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
day. Oh,
Yeah,
don't make me
yeah.
become a woman. I
Yeah.
hate that idea. And then,
No,
he's
yeah,
all like,
guys,
yeah.
don't give me $2 million. It's ragging. Don't do it to me. All right,
I
just
don't know
it's
whose
too
whose
much.
artwork this is. This is amazing.
By the way, Hemisha saying that she did your work, Sparsh. What does that mean? Because she said good morning and stuff like that. She was the welcoming committee. I'll give her that. So basically, you're on your own, Sparsh. Off you go. Back to Delhi. Thanks a lot. Oh my God. Khasi. What happened to this
Yeah.
fragile comic?
You're in Gurgaon only,
Uh,
no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, his
yeah.
head and neck are in Gurgaon.
He's
But
been
what's
coming
been
back for a
happening-
month now. I don't know what's happening. He's
Yeah,
just
what
like,
happened?
they won't let him go.
We all thought you lost the job and you come back here and all that. And then
Yeah.
that didn't happen.
I'm trying to lose the job, man. Doing my best. But
This is the hilarity of the fact that the employers who don't even watch this. They don't even know this is like he's
There's
just
no way.
complaining on
that-
live.
Shriram is basically working as a trucker. So, I don't think that's the community that listens to the podcast, as far as I know. And his hair,
But-
on the return journey, his hair becomes like this.
His hair is bad, but his ass has never looked better. Is what I'm saying.
And how do you know? Because the soda bottle was there.
Yeah,
and you helped him.
Yeah, and truckers are great.
Naveen and I, while we might not talk much, we exchange our
Nudes,
asshole
yeah.
pictures every once in 15
all the
days.
time. Yeah, that's the only way of keeping a check on our colons.
Yes. Yeah.
Please
yeah.
ask Sri to tilt the camera. Now I've lost it, but yeah, so we can only see his hair. Is it possible for you to give a perspective of just the bal?
Yeah,
And if you want to, we can do the bad joke of bal bache kaise hai, and
you could
say,
you could be in the sequel to the Weird Al Yankovic.
yeah, is it Yankovic or Yankovic?
Yankovic.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
I
I've seen
always
the
thought
movie.
it was Witch, but it's Vic.
I also thought it was
apparently.
which. Because
Weird Al Yankovic.
once you have the C in Eastern Europe, it
Yeah,
becomes
but
Ch.
it's classic. But it's classic
No,
American.
no.
It's also
people,
Dojo
I'm
right?
going to
Vic, no,
fight
it's-
this.
It's not Dojo Witch.
No, Djokovic.
Djokovic.
It is
Oh
Djokovic.
shit!
First, you don't even know the
I
first
was
part of it.
Dojovic. Oh
Listen,
shit!
bro, you stick to sodas in the ass and leave the tennis to us. All right, man? What the hell?
I know Nadal. I know Sharapova.
No. You can't get points for that
I
now.
know Andre Agassi.
You can't-
Andre Agassi. I know.
Agassi nahi to Maharashtra nahi hai. What is Agassi?
Then what is
Agassi. He's not Agashe. He's Mohan Agashe's son. No. What the hell? Naveen, you're Catholic at heart. No matter how gay you are, you can't take that out. Leave it,
Yeah.
accept it, embrace it. All right. Thank God for.
It
Is
is.
it Bhandup?
Thank God for Goans.
Oh, speaking of which, football starting in a few days. Mr. Football, Sriram, we should be
Yeah.
talking about that.
Qatar.
Are you,
Oh yeah.
are you-
Okay. We also actually this is a great moral dilemma question to start off the episode with. If
Huh.
the both of you were given money to go to Qatar and pose as fans
Hmm.
of a particular team in the World Cup, and looking at both of you, I'm assuming the fans obviously would be Colombian. Would you take money?
Take money means? Would
As
I
in, like,
accept
take,
money?
because accept money because a
No,
lot
they're
of
paying
fans,
money for people to come
What
and
is wrong
watch.
with this guy? We're struggling comedians. If they asked us to
Yeah.
go and dress like turkeys in a parade for straight people, we do it, right, Naveen?
Yeah.
What's he talking
At
about?
Link Road also.
Yeah, you could see a sports match and pretend to like a country. How hard is that?
Absolutely.
Just write the name of the country
Yeah.
on your hand so you don't forget.
If they-
Poland!
What is-
Poland!
what
is-
okay, what if the caveat is they hold your passports till that time?
I don't care. As
You
long as
have
they
no right over.
pay us. We
Mine's
get to-
expiring anyways.
We're going to watch football, the best football in the world, and pretend to like one
No,
team.
no,
I mean,
not watch
what do we do in
football
India
and stuff.
anyway? Our guys aren't qualifying, so we anyway pretend to like one
Yeah.
team. Yeah.
Okay, so is there a threshold?
So your question
forget
sucks, Sriram. You're fired, and
Okay.
from now on, Naveen, you are in charge.
Yeah, I should have been the
Which is-
co-host.
I
I even,
think you
I
should
even
be.
told Sparsh that I'm okay co-hosting this
Sriram,
time.
get on your truck. Off you go.
Yeah.
Truck off,
which is
man.
which is what the point is. So, because the story is that Qatar is hiring a lot of like extras, actors.
Wait, is it
so to
Qatar or
speak.
Qatar? Like
I think it's Qatar.
Is it the movie with Sunny Deol or is it like a line?
I think he's
I've
gone to
been told-
Gurgaon and then they swallow the words. No, it's oh Neil Boldwell. You know,
No,
Anil
okay.
Kumar.
Yeah.
Oh Neil Boldwell. It's like
Uh,
that. So we're Qatar.
Okay.
Hindu Qatar mein.
Qatar.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I don't know why we're doing this. This was such an infantile show. Yesterday was so
it's
much.
it's actually Qatar as a derivative of Qatar because they are 1/4 Middle Eastern.
And three-fourths German. What? Please.
Jewish. Yes.
3/4 anal.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Sriram, you're cancelled in many quarters of the world now. I'm looking at only Chembur. Okay, your performances are restricted to Chembur.
Which
And
is-
even there, you made some South Indian jokes, so be careful.
Yeah.
Rohit is saying Cyrus will go there in a suit. I'll go in a suit. All
Yeah.
the managers
Oh,
and coaches are in suits.
interesting.
A Baba suit.
Yeah, of course. I'll wear my
Okay.
their birthday suit you're talking about.
Yeah.
Your mind is always there only where the soda is.
Yeah.
Nothing changes. Yeah.
German football.
Okay. So
Sorry.
yeah.
See, I just want to. I want to. While the Spanish is yawning, so I'll just wake him up. Please get the 6 p.m. show. Vishal Pujari says, I am never able to make it to the live show late nights here. He lives obviously in the other side of the world. So the 6 p.m. show, if everybody's interested, we can fight for one 6 p.m. show. What's your
Okay.
pop's problem, man?
Spurs just like very like
Yeah.
curtly said no. He's
He
like,
reminds
fuck.
you of the young Mayawati. You know,
He's
you
like
couldn't
wake
get-
up on time. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Wake up on time, but they're waking up on time, but it's just a different time zone.
Yeah. Wake up on our time. Sleep on your time. Vishal Pujari, I want to know where in the world are you? Because as a Pujari who's from Karnataka, you've
So-
made it very far from wherever you are.
Oh,
I'm always jealous of
no,
South Indians who made it. Not the
it
Tambra
doesn't,
because
it
they were
doesn't
bound
sound
to
like
make it.
jealousy. It sounds like unnecessary dissing. That's what it sounds like.
But they are here to have an open forum, and here
Yeah.
today he made it to the show. So might
and
as well
why did he
engage him.
leave the country with a name like Vishal? If your name is Vishal or Vikas, you're welcome here. As
Yeah.
far as I know, you know, it's in every speech.
Yeah,
For God's
Vishal.
unlike Pujari as a surname, which is not welcome at all. Right?
Yeah.
You're talking about
Vishal
Ravi
overcome.
Pujari, close friend of mine, famous mafia don. Yeah, well, I know all about that. But Shri, do you have anything to say about the World Cup being the football? You're the football. Naveen, you're not a football fan
Okay.
of any kind, no?
You could tell from my pronunciations. a
No,
little while ago.
that was Agashe. That is a different. That's a whole different. I don't know where to begin.
Just some other people running behind some other ball, Cyrus. For me, that's all it is.
The young men in shorts. I
Yeah.
thought you'd like that kind of thing.
No, that's the thing, right? See, there's a clear difference between the kind of men I like are into rugby, the big men, the kabaddi men. You know,
Yeah.
I like the
You would like a more contact sport. You find this little
exactly.
He finds it a little effort for him. You know, it's a little too
yeah, running
girly.
behind one testicle, nope.
Yeah.
But
What? Yeah, okay, all right. If that's your thinking.
Hmm.
By the way, they change the ball all the time, huh? Because when it goes out, another ball is thrown in sometimes. You know,
Good for them.
you watch. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not a one testicle thing. If that's your thing.
I've tried this with my straight friends back when I was pretending to be one
With
of
my
one
straight
of you guys.
friends. Now we are a minority, guys.
Yeah, yeah. So
हम
like,
लोग कहाँ है?
yeah,
पहुंच
but,
गया
like
margin पे.
one guy would have like a screening at his house, and then we'd all go and sit over there.
Yeah. And you're bored.
And I'm bored. I'm so fucking bored. I'm like, shit, what do I do? And then like
This is like me in the podcast. It's just fucking kill time.
Okay, then Naveen, what is the last sporting event that you actually saw?
like I saw
You also
the India-Pakistan match
India-Pakistan.
recently. Yeah, where India
Okay.
lost like a terrible fucking.
But in
Like,
cricket,
it was
but in
embarrassing
cricket,
to watch it.
that is
India,
India.
Pakistan, we won.
No,
India,
the-
God, his sports knowledge
sorry,
is second to none.
India, Australia.
India,
No,
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 no, you stick with
India,
Djokovic and Agashe and
India,
you
Sri
just
Lanka?
stay where you
England,
are.
Baba,
brother.
England,
England,
Naveen.
yeah.
I mean, you're the only guy in India who doesn't know India beat Pakistan. I was one moment of
I
happiness.
saw the
in
India-Pakistan match
T20.
also where India won, and then I saw
But which
the,
you thought they lost.
I confused two matches. I don't. It's like 20
But
overs for me. It
that's-
became
but
one
that's
one
odd.
Huge.
ODI.
Clearly, sports is not your thing, my brother.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's
Ah,
not. I'm clearly
sorry.
like I'm not okay,
Okay,
with
finish your
sports.
point. Finish your point. Yeah.
What is so odd is in cricket there is zero touching of any two people. Just
No,
that-
no.
There is
in
always
cricket,
when the batsman is running and the bowler is in the
It
way.
is the only game where everybody touches their testicles, their own.
of course,
Always.
there's a touching of self, but not touching of other people.
But that's up to
know?
you if you want to freelance. Nobody
Yeah,
can tell you what
and
to
when
do.
they have like these cramps, they
It's
go on
okay.
the side of the field, and then the medical guy comes and does this to their, and they pull the pants down in public only. By the way.
That's how.
So let me
that's how
understand. You
low the
wait
bar
for a
is.
World Cup only to see the injury and then hope that the pants are pulled down.
I don't have to wait to watch it. Some gay will compile it and it'll be on Instagram the
Some
next day.
gay will compile it. He
Yeah.
even mean to his own people.
Yeah.
I'm bloody gay.
Some
Oh,
technologically sound
oh,
gay. who
bloody
watches
homos, I
sports.
tell you. Oh, God,
I
you're
didn't say any
terrible.
of that.
You just said that.
You took that as a
You
launching
said-
pad
I did
for your
say it.
own homophobia.
Ask Sriraam, who said it? Who said it?
What I love about that is, I think this entire episode is an exercise on how we alienate the very communities that we want to espouse. You know, like me with Chembur,
It's like finding the
Cyrus
truth in
Says.
yourself, no? You have to
Yeah,
find
it
that
is.
bad part. By the way, Devesh
It
is
is.
asking about Luis Suarez can bite, a famous incident.
Yeah,
Is Naveen
is
into that?
Naveen into that?
Do you like to be bitten or do you bite?
How
I
was
just
the
don't know why
Suarez
we-
bite?
I don't know how the World
done?
Cup is affected by this question, but we will ask.
It was
Oh,
more out
Kandil-
of
I was more turned on by the Zidane headbutt. I remember that.
You
as a-
remember that?
I clearly remember
that
that.
goes back
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
Not bad. He knows his football. We
Yeah,
go back
because-
20
because
years
he-
and give us a.
He said something about his sister or mother, and then he just like headbutted him. And that was way more
Yeah.
like, yeah, fuck you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that too, like the fact that this guy was going to win that match and he was the leading figure. I remember that part because very.
But you know
Hmm.
what?
These were the times when my said friends would call me.
But whatever abuse and it was anti-Islamic abuse and everything thrown in. The Italian midfielder, I think I can't.
Materazzi defender.
Materazzi,
Materazzi,
that's
yeah.
right. Teri Materazzi, kaisa hai?
Teri mata raji, daddy nahi raji.
No, but whatever was
Yeah.
abuse was showered on him that day is not as bad as when he came to India to do an ad and everybody called him Jidan with a J. So that was more. I mean, I
Hey,
remember
Sachi,
he
Materazzi-
headbutted everyone.
Yeah,
that
he's
day.
like Jabla ka J.
Yeah. Hey, Jidan, how are you? Jidan.
Yeah. Jeene ke ye
Materazzi
char din.
actually, I think, played in the ISL for a bit.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's your punishment, for headbutting a
It
legend.
is. He didn't headbutt the legend. He got headbutted.
Okay, listen, can I go back to was it Shraddha or Shweta? One of the two. I keep making mistakes with these names. They're both lovely ladies.
Sharda.
Shweta, I think it was, she suggested let's have what's it called? Like a census. Let's have a referendum about 6 p.m. Maybe run a poll for 6 p.m. show when we have 200 viewers and 100 likes, which is the height of our glory. Guys,
Okay.
is that fair? Okay, so we're running a poll for 6 p.m. Whoever's interested. No, Sponge, the democracy will talk. You can't be like our government. Let the people speak.
Yeah.
But are you willing,
If it-
Cyrus, is the question.
I like
No.
1 6 p.m. a week, yeah. It frees up
Then-
on morning.
Then he's spoken, I think.
Yeah.
Then you can't do
Hey,
anything.
I mean, all you guys prefer evening stuff.
I definitely.
Then
Today I could not wake up at all.
don't tell us. It was 10:01 10:03 when you walked in.
Yeah, and I had laxatives last night, so I don't know when I'm going
Again,
to
it's your bum.
explode.
Everything is about
It
your
is my
bottom.
bum. I have
Your
a-
bottom is your biopic.
So what
Yeah.
happened is my doctor told me my body biome has changed from all the
What?
traveling.
What does that mean?
It's something with the gut your gut has bacteria that is used to certain lifestyle.
So your digestive system has taken a bashing.
Yeah, it's taken a very bad bashing,
And
and
that's a very important part for you.
yeah. So I
What the
have
hell are you
to
going to do?
either like if nothing works, then enema works. I think at the end of it, or a
But
colonoscopy.
enema is a good thing for our
clean-
age group anyway.
yeah,
from
for
time to time.
cleansing it. Yeah,
Not necessarily for spurish unless that's his thing.
I don't want to
but
put a camera in my butt.
You don't have to anymore. They can do the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
I got a doctor called Agashe.
Bandre Agashi.
Hey Shri, talk football with me
Yeah.
for 2 minutes. You're the only guy who's
Ah.
going to be able to talk here.
Okay.
You've seen the
Ah,
panel.
so-
You met
I have
you met
contributed to
Silvery
more
and
football
Abbas.
facts today.
Yeah.
Silvery can't spell football and Abbas looks like one. So this is it. You are it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, Naveen's
Who-
not
who-
bad as far as our poll, our panel
Okay.
goes.
So
Yeah.
let's look at the biggest talking points then. Who do you first?
The migrant worker thingy. What are you so feeling about them all
No,
going
forget-
on?
migrant
the
workers, I
migrant.
think,
No, I'm saying
हाँ,
that all these famous names, Christiansen yesterday, for example,
yeah.
from Denmark, made a lot of comments about, this it shouldn't have been
Eric,
held
not
here and all that.
Christian Eriksen, huh?
Yeah. Well, I'm
Huh.
doing a Agashe here. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Ericsson,
your
yeah.
Surya
Ericsson
Prakash
scored that goal
Agashe
recently,
moment.
where
Yeah.
everybody went crazy. I remember that
Yeah,
one
yeah.
also.
You just shut up now. There's no point. You and me are
No,
drunk.
somebody told me Ericsson has a very great story. Like he was like he
That's
Yeah.
the
lost a lot
mobile
of.
phone. It's gone now.
No, the person. Yeah.
So Eriksen
No,
has a
bro.
great story
No,
where
so, but
last year
they all,
in the
yeah,
Euros he had a heart attack. He
correct.
had
And he
all
recovered.
the
Exactly.
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's the story.
And
But let's
yeah,
leave that aside. I'm saying that they're
huh,
all getting
huh,
into their Insta accounts and abusing
yeah,
Qatar and all, which is very
yeah.
rare when you go to a culture and you're not showing respect. But they're all
Hmm.
taking this whole migrant thing really seriously and putting that
I'll
out
tell
there.
you,
Also the
How's it
yeah.
gonna?
homophobia.
How
Also
can we not
the
have a
yeah.
hostile
Yeah.
cup? Is what my worry is. In the
I
sense,
think here my problem with this is that it's classic sort of like European sort of uppityness, like, hey, we built our stadiums with all the migrant workers back in the day by
who have been
fucking over
buried
them.
long ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
exactly. So
Not
hey,
all
how
in
dare
the
you
Yeah,
leave
stadium.
who
us say,
became the
yeah,
football
Yeah,
that you're kicking.
yeah.
They wear
yeah,
skin. Yeah.
yeah.
Their bodies are under the pitch, so don't
Yeah.
dig.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anything, most of the African footballers who play in those stadiums, their ancestry probably has worked on that stadium,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So,
Sriram,
uh,
you're cancelled.
hmm,
I'm just telling you to save time.
No, I
Yeah.
think it's true. He's saying the right
yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
right?
So,
Like
No,
yeah.
you're talking about the
what
hypocrisy there, but then that's like going to Babri Masjid and going back 500 years or whatever.
eventually, yeah, but eventually, what happens is that all these things start off with all this, oh, so much loss of life. 100 years down the line, it'll be a tourist attraction, and the loss of life would be history. Even the Empire State Building had people who died. Even the World Trade Center, I mean, not the latest one, but
Oh my God.
originally when it was being built, had people who probably died. So, yeah, it's just par for course.
No, I think I'll just talk
Taj
to
Mahal
Navin.
has
Navin,
people
we'll
who
talk
died.
football. This guy's gone
Yeah.
destroying everything. I
Okay.
mean, there's no
So,
the
but
peace of mind is gone now.
I
Yeah.
tell you what. One thing that Qatar did wrong, is that on the one
Just
side
say
they are
cut.
like, okay. On the one side they've sort of abused. They sort of like all the human rights violations that happen. On the other side, so they've sort of like the labor force has been like completely alienated. On the other side, they're like, hey, you can't drink beer. So all the like the right wing, like classic
You
English
can. They try to
hooligan
find a
fans,
compromise, but you have to drink it in a
yeah,
certain area and all that. There are rules.
you
Yeah.
have
You have
to
to get
drink it in a
license.
Coke
Yeah, all
bottle.
that.
You have to
Yeah.
get to
You
the
have to
go
drink
to
it in a
beer.
Coke
I've been to
bottle.
Middle East with alcohol in my hand, and I know exactly. You have to go and get a ticket.
Yeah.
Like one bottle, one person, and then you have to be very careful. And if somebody asks you
Oh,
to
so
get a
one
ticket,
bottle is a quota.
that depends on the Middle Eastern country also. When I
Yeah.
was in UAE, like in Abu Dhabi and Dubai, it was
Yeah.
one bottle per
So
person.
Indian jugaad is you take all your 6 friends who don't drink with you, and
Yeah.
they keep going and getting your drink. Yeah. That's the only way to
It's
do
In
it.
that's
fact,
what
it's
the audience is left
Dubai.
now, unless they like make it
Yeah.
very cheap, and the Indian workers who are there by default end up getting allowed to go, and they're like, "कि हमें तो अपना दारू मांगता है
What
बस."
about the desperate drunkard who
Yeah.
sends his 5-year-old kid and all? Yeah. Hey, uncle,
The,
और लेना.
No, you can't enter. Yeah.
you guys are telling me that the average English hooligan out there is going to restrict themselves to one
That's my big
pint.
worry, that there's going to be a real police issue, because Europe, with due respect, land of culture and all that, has the worst jobs in the world,
Yeah.
the worst behaved
Yeah.
people at football grounds, and not just
Yeah,
England. I mean, Holland's
yeah.
got a horrible reputation. France, out of
Italy has a
Germany,
bad
Yeah, I've learned
reputation.
Italy.
Yeah.
one thing about white people is like people talk
White
about.
people में नहीं बोला, मैं यूरोप के बारे में.
मैं white people बोल रहा
Racism
हूँ.
मत कर.
I'm
ये
let me
culturalism और racism अलग है. हाँ.
यूरोप में कौन है और बाकी?
तू देखा नहीं माइग्रेंट पॉपुलेशन कितना है?
But they're all like in some shades of white only. You know what I'm saying? Like
What?
unless they're like black, they're
Your
not
racism
like.
is beyond control.
No, I'm
What?
telling you something.
Mr. Agashe, come to your senses.
Listen. My
Go
point
and have an
was-
enema right now and calm down.
This is my way of doing it on
Yeah,
the
it
show.
looks like it. Yeah.
So, but this like like how we Indians people have like this people talk about like how we have a certain spicy smell to us. Like there's a little bit of like a oof, like
Spicy.
yeah,
smell?
it's sweet and sour. World.
Are you
skin-
smoking and coming to the podcast?
Of course I am.
Okay, fine.
But then brown Hispanic people will have a certain different there's a coconutty vibe.
Bro,
to them.
आपका point क्या है?
That white people smell like fermented beer across the
To
board.
just insult Caucasian people, you took 15 minutes.
No, because they just drink like that in certain.
I
Have
think
you
that's
heard of
more.
MCBC?
I think that's more an insult to beer than anything.
Yeah.
else. That beer
Yeah,
smells
like
white people.
they just it
I
stays
feel
in their
you
mouth
guys,
for
you
certain
guys are
while.
really reverse racists of sorts. You
course
just
we
don't
do.
like. You just don't like fair.
You
fair
made a
people.
very open statement saying कि, Europeans have a tendency for being like drunkards.
No, I
just
said the
made a
yobs.
specific-
There are a few of them.
Yeah.
Because if you go to a cricket or rugby match, they don't misbehave. But a football match, they misbehave.
How do you
It's
know?
a type. I know.
They're getting
Also,
drunk
I
yeah,
for
follow
that.
You know-
Mr.
you know what-
Djokovic. I follow all this.
Dojovic.
You know what's an
Do-
additional thing
Dojovic.
is that One thing that I've noticed about Europeans when they go to the
Oh
Middle East,
God.
I don't think they fuck around as much because the Middle Eastern dudes are like fucking hefty, right? And they have a lot of oil clout. So it can't be the same way like
Olive
okay,
oil.
like go to Brazil for a
Although the
World Cup.
two things are not related. If they are hefty and whether they have clout is two different things altogether.
I
So I don't
think
know what
both
you're.
matter in the sense
Yeah.
by size they can't fuck around
Anyway,
and
we'll
by
see how that
stature as
plays
well.
out. I'm
Yeah.
bored of the topic. Y'all have said nothing
Okay.
of any
My
note.
mom
Okay.
told me a
Actually,
story
okay.
about Kuwait, which
Now
was
let's
really
go.
Wait,
interesting.
wait. He's got a story
Sorry,
about
Ravi.
Kuwait he wants to tell us. So
No,
keep Kuwait for
Ah.
a second and listen. Bolo.
no. So the thing is, like, again, with the sheikhs in these Middle Eastern countries,
Please be careful. The way you prejudice your conversation.
aren't there sheikhs
I'm-
in the Middle East countries? What am I saying wrong?
There are, but I don't know what's coming next.
And so,
I have to
again,
keep.
yeah, what's
If
coming
I
is
have to keep apologizing,
Mm.
you're a very dangerous people.
you're not going to Qatar either for the football match. It doesn't
Not
matter.
yet. I'm
Yeah,
hoping to get
but
a
if they
ticket.
pay you, you'll go, na? Like,
100%. If
again,
Roshan
We're,
Abbas
we're
gets some
talking to a
throat
few
infection,
casting
I'll have to go and
agencies.
sing
Yeah.
at monsoon wedding.
wait, Roshan Abbas can't do anything. The spoken word is this weekend, so he
No,
has to
he's here only
speak.
for one day. He's going back to do monsoon wedding. He's launching there.
Oh wow,
Yeah. He's getting paid an arm and a leg and the other arm and leg. which
he
is
should
a
be
little
paying me for
funny.
the spoken word thing also. Anyways, we'll
You're
talk.
not getting paid for spoken?
No, I'm just
I'm getting paid.
Wow,
Oh.
guys, spoken word people. Cyrus is rubbing in my face. But
No,
no,
tell the Kuwait story.
Huh.
We'll have to go to break.
so the thing is, like, it's such a patriarchal area
Hmm.
essentially that women are generally very scared to go around. So my mom would, like, obviously, like, wait for her friends at a bus stop or whatever if they would
Oh.
go together, and even then, like, there would be some guy macking at them, and problem was that they, like, how do I put it? Like, men do a certain thing when they're trying.
Think it through. Huh?
Yeah,
Huh.
men do a certain thing when they do the crotch rub, when they look at women. It's a very horrible thing. Horrible men
Just
do that.
say it politely.
Yeah, but with
Like
the
with the
problem,
mouth.
but the problem, no, with the hands,
Huh.
they'll just they will feel themselves.
Sexual gesture of sorts.
Yeah. But with the shake costume, the problem is that it's just there. You can't, like, reach around or whatever. So my mom would get even more scandalized about that fact that a guy is just like, because when he has a boner, it's just a tent now. It's a white
Okay.
costume and just like
How you raise the
bar
equity of our show in just one
tent.
sentence.
and
My
and my
God.
mom would like that's be the first
May I
indication.
just say, you've abused everybody from Israel to all the Middle
This
East
is my
to
mom's
every
lived
Caucasian
experience.
person in Europe.
My mom was there and she was one of the people who was rescued during the Gulf War actually. So, like, she's faced a certain number of things in her life. So I think the story is valid.
Okay, just no joke at the end though. That was a little worrisome. That we don't know what
Okay.
to do. It sounded sad.
Djokovic.
Okay, but Cyrus, who are you supporting in the World Cup?
I always support Trinidad, but they didn't qualify. So now I'm down to I'll decide last
Jamaica
minute.
is there, so you can
Thing is,
go.
yeah. So West Indies, I'm always pro any West Indian country
Hmm.
because that's my people, my peeps.
Okay.
But having said that,
That is
I
so
like.
Hardik Pandya of you to say that.
Thanks,
Just
man.
saying.
Thanks, man. And for me personally, I'm very big fan of the underdog. So obviously, I'm going to support Iran or South Korea. From left field,
Okay.
something special happens. The only problem with
No,
Iran is
okay.
if they were to do well, I think it'll just help because there are lots of lovely people in Iran who are
Yeah.
fighting this oppressive regime and
Hmm.
getting no support from us, which is
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
sad.
Are they in
No
the World Cup?
They are in the
Yeah.
World Cup, bro.
Wow, that's
They
crazy.
all-
Ali
almost
Dai, one of
got
the
the-
famous guys back in the day. Ali Dai was my hero.
They'll lose
Ali
14,000
Dai
of their
also
fans.
came out.
if they,
Ali Dai
They
also
arrested-
came out against. He
They
got
all
arrested
have-
in the protest, and he's
Yes.
come out against the Qatar World Cup.
They've all gone on their Instas and supported them, which is a great sign for freedom and
Yeah.
equality and parity. And
I think it's going to
That's
be like,
expecting-
like
when will
I
it
think
happen
that's
in India?
expecting-
When will it
I
happen?
think-
they'll arrest all the football players who are talking about it, and then there'll be
Yeah.
like 5 people left. Ki like, tera mera
Hey,
team bana ke, we'll make
on a-
Spanish, Italy one team.
Sorry, on
Yeah.
on a similar note, sorry to, but what I really liked about the
Don't
India
tell Navin you want to
Pakistan,
butt him. Huh? No,
Wait,
start again.
what I really liked about the recent India
No doubt.
Pakistan encounters was, I think after the match, both teams, right? They, I think, made a pretty much public show even before the match. Of, listen, we are just nice friends getting along. This is just a lot of media hype around like Jung and Yudh and all of that,
Hmm.
right? And they just, I think, and they almost made it a point that we're going to showcase this to the world that this is not that big a deal, right? I think so. So underplaying the political angle and generally the sort of rabid sort of.
Bro, I
nature
have
of-
been with Pakistani fans twice in stadiums. They are the nicest people in the world, the most
Hmm.
friendly, and it's
Hmm.
great fun. But there's a bit of class thing to that. I think as you go down the class, there
Hmm.
in both India and Pakistan, we get people who are more rabid and badly behaved. But generally
Hmm.
speaking, the educated Pakistani and Indian will get along very well.
Hmm.
All you need is someone like me to be in charge of both
I would
countries.
still say an educated Pakistani is twice better than an Indian educated person. In the
Look, you have had
stadiums.
nothing nice to say
In the
about your
stadium.
country
I'm
for the last
observing
20 years,
things.
for which I think you should get the Padma Shri. beauty, nothing less, and I
And
will
they're
fight
good
for it.
looking. Yeah. What happened
Oh,
there?
now it's all
Why,
back to
why did we get?
oh my god.
Why did we get the Sparshes of the world, and then Pakistanis got Pakistani people?
Beta, beta ne kya kiya? He came
And he
late
was
3
the
minutes.
first person in front of me. That's why I was just like reference
And
wise.
Rishi's a beauty, huh?
Rishi is, yeah. Rishi has that dusky little like,
No, our podcast is
like Rishi has that quality when 5 years later you'll be married to a girl called Chloe and you won't even realize like
yeah.
like she's
That he was in
love.
that he was in the NBA.
Yeah, and then Chloe's like, Rishi, I really love you, my father to my child. Like that's the kind of vibe Rishi has.
Yeah. So Chloe
Okay,
Chloe has this. Where's this Chloe from? Now you
Now
hated
that,
a lot of
that he has to find her. No, how?
Okay,
so
guys,
sorry.
I'm
we
just a
have to get
soothsayer.
it.
your fantasies
to-
for yourself all sex, and for others it's just terrible romances.
Man, Pakistani
Pretty
guys
mean.
and girls, beautiful species.
Now you're into girls. You stay away from our market.
I'm just
We
telling,
gave you guys.
admiring
Yeah.
from far away.
Please, the demand supply issue continues with us. You stay with your men. We're happy with that.
I'll supply.
We'll support
I'll
you.
take away the husband. The wives can be yours.
There you go.
Yeah, everybody wins.
Now that's
Alright.
ye dosti.
Okay, we have to get into
Hey,
a
break,
break. After
break,
the
break,
break, Navin's going to predict the future of everyone. So stick around.
All right,
Nobody
great
listening
show
to
so far. I've been told by our neighbors who've never heard the podcast, and we're going into what is called a vacuum, and then we come out and we go into part 2. But in the meantime, there's something I have to tell you, which is my
Ask them to like and
car
subscribe.
is servicing is to be done. What?
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Like me and subscribe to yourself, or something like that. You figure it out quickly.
Hey, it's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On Cock and Bull, Cyrus and Abbas are joined by CEO of Commune, Saurabh Kanwar. They talk about the upcoming Spoken Fest and Twitter firing 90% of Indian employees. All storytellers and story sellers, Vineet talks to Spoken Fest curator Shantanu Anand. Their conversation ranges from the state of poetry in the times of Instagram and Shantanu's origins as a poet. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth shares a story of his personal loss and how he dealt with it. On Pulyabazi, Saurabh Khyati and Pranay discuss the pros and cons of proportional representation system and first past the post-electoral mechanism. And on a niche thing, Anish talks to Raymond Patel, an advertising veteran on the culture of restoring vintage cars. Once again, don't forget to visit our merch store on ivmpodcasts.com. We have some exciting stuff for you. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. If you like our shows, spread the word, tell your friends, and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. You'll also find all our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Bumble, Heads Up for Tales, Kotak Privy League Program, and HDFC Mutual Fund. Thank you for making this possible.
All right,
guys.
welcome back.
Just Niv is from Kenya via Coimbatore, so the name is Rayaman, not Raymond.
Yeah.
Rayaman Patel. Just want to correct because that poor guy nice enough to come for free, and they call him the wrong name.
Hey, remember when we did a show for Raymond Sriraam?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
And we
Of
got
course.
paid 2 years later. It was amazing.
Yes,
Was
after
this the same
complaining
Raymond?
directly to
Yeah,
Gautam
Raymond only.
Singhania.
Uh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Raymond's the brand. Stop showing
Yeah.
off. You two out of
No,
work
no.
actors sitting around with me in this stupid podcast. What are you
Now
talking
we are, yeah. But as of 2 hours ago, the payment came, so we are back
Okay.
at work. Yes.
You got the payment. He hasn't got it yet. He's got a doctor's appointment for something to purify the digestive system. We have to take this point about Trump. We have to. So
Yeah.
who's in charge?
I am in charge. Okay.
Okay. So do you
What
remember
is the
what Trump
point
said
about-
yesterday? Trump said that he's running for as Himisha, who's now our research analyst in charge.
Yeah.
Since you guys don't even come on time.
Trump is running as
Thank
Mr. Trump, thank you, Himisha. Mr. Trump, sweetie,
Mm.
the uncle that lives next door.
Yeah.
It's a
After
typo.
Trumpu.
From
It's a
Chachu.
typo. It's a typo. Cyrus.
It's
Mount
MC Trump.
No, it's
Mount
Mount
Trump.
Trump. Like he's created his own Mount Rushmore with his
Right,
only
right.
face. That's it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's kept his. So he's against the Rushmore. He's opposite. They've got a little thing with just him, is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and the
just-
mountain
yeah.
will
With
have
it-
an
and
opening
with
like
his
Trump's
hands,
face,
his
like-
hands and his
like-
head.
like this,
Yeah.
China. China.
Of course.
Like, yeah,
Huge. Okay.
Yeah, of course, the hands
so-
are debatable, the size. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, quickly. Let's see what the chat is saying about it as well. So,
Mhm.
by and large, this was not from left field. Everybody expected him to run, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's
Mm.
been ever since that.
what he means to say, he'll wheelchair his way towards the presidential
Hey,
election.
after what they got in Biden, I think this guy looks tough and
Biden
strong.
is gone, guys. It's so
Yeah.
funny. I don't know if you all have been watching
Which
these
is-
videos.
Yeah.
Where he
Which
just
is-
like he forgets where staircases are. He forgets what the speech is, what a mic is.
I'm still recovering from Rashid Sunak. Sunak or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't what. I mean, this is a UK Prime Minister. Surely you get the name right. I mean, it's
Yeah.
worse than our
He's
voiceover
like he's on
artists.
constant loop of that John Travolta,
Yeah.
like Adele Dazeem when he said on Oscars.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah,
Biden
yeah,
is
yeah,
all
yeah.
the time.
Oof.
And then it's got like Kamala, who's just like, oh fuck, dude. Like when I remember Kamala was first like, oh, she's one of us and we should do that thing.
Yeah.
And then now she's just gone insane. Okay, now she's just like the most extremist.
When you say Kamala, you mean Kamala, no? Because I know they pronounce it differently, but it just drives me nuts. I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Kamala, it sounds more like
Kamala
Swahili
is
or
the,
something.
is the
Kamala.
WWF wrestler, by the way. I don't know.
Yeah.
if you guys
There you go. So
know.
is that the vice president? Because they need that.
I
It's
They need some-
WWE,
Biden-
by the way. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
The pandas
Uh,
will fucking kill you right now.
It's
Okay,
odd. Joe Biden gives me hope that me in my 80s with my dementia could still be president, and I really find.
Or
that-
you in your 40s with your dementia. I don't think you have to wait
Pretty
for the
much.
Or
80s.
now. Yeah.
You think you'll go, we're all waiting for you to go bald because then your act
Yeah.
is 50%.
You're already
Like,
demented.
what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So oddly with Trump, like there was a whole thing about like generally the Republican Party sort of disassociating themselves with him. So what he like Mike Pence recently came out against Trump in court saying that like he was I don't know like he felt danger during his family felt in danger during the Capitol Hill riots. So that's like the first public statement against him, so to speak. So
But,
what he'll end up doing is taking vote shares from the Republicans, right?
Right.
If he goes as an independent.
Well, I think that's all going out of the equation now in terms of voting for party as it used to be in America.
Yeah.
That's sort of gone out now. They're voting on
Yeah,
issues.
yeah,
and
everyone's
you're cross-
disillusioned by it anyway.
It's
yeah.
almost, I don't know whether it's evolution or it's de-evolution, but for some reason I feel that you can't just count on the fact that your pop was a Democrat and that you'll just vote Democrat. That's
It's
it.
the great
Yeah.
American dream
It's
coming
happening
true.
here also.
Yeah.
It's happening here also. People who have switched parties, and by
It's
them
the
I mean those
opposite
who
here.
have left the Congress to
Everyone
join the
wants,
BJP.
everyone is
Huh.
looking for
Bye, Nishant.
everyone's looking for a two-party system here for some reason. It's one nation, one election.
But why
one
is Nishant
party.
walking out because we mentioned Trump? Is he a Democrat? Is that the issue? What's the problem?
It's
Nishant
okay.
just
Nishant
Nishant-
He wants to
just
know what
realized-
happens in 2024 and 2024.
I
Not
mean,
right
if
now.
one guy
Yeah.
drops out, I feel the pain. I have tears and I choke. I cry.
Somebody gets
Hey,
the soda
speaking
bottle
of
out.
speaking of other people who feel the pain while dropping
Uh.
out, it's our sponsors, guys. Heads up for Tails. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
All
right.
This today is like pet story segment. Today's awesome pet is about.
Oh, Sarah is back. Sorry to cut the story. Because that's the Abbas romance that's going on in the background, right? No?
Sarah's been having a lot and going through a lot in her life. I think she tried stand up in between. She was dating someone in between. A lot of things.
Don't
happening,
lose
yeah.
the side of the sponsor, huh, bro.
Yeah,
Hemisha,
sorry, Cyrus. My bad. But
Hemisha, I saw you got to meet Cyrus and his clowns. I love that.
I love that.
That's the new
yeah.
title.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cyrus and his clowns. And
Cyrus and
Shreyas'
his
picture must be
clowns,
the
okay,
most because there's no bigger clown than Shreyas. And I don't mean this in a positive way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst possible way
Yeah,
possible.
absolutely. I mean, if you think I was
Hmm.
badly dressed, he and I were like Simon and Garfunkel, we're
Yeah.
just completely at odds.
He comes out like whatever Fab India rejects and throws out from the back. That's what he wears and comes to
Yeah.
the shows.
Yeah. I thought of Rambo Circus immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
An entire tent on his legs. Yeah.
I will show a picture.
if,
so that
if
people
Shreyas
know.
made it to Rambo Circus, that means like he's become the most successful amongst all of them.
It's a step up. It's a step up.
It is a
And he's
step
the
up.
he's the bearded lady. He'll be doing well. But Nishant says, I'm in Philly and have to go to bed. I have work tomorrow.
Nishan, only 15 more minutes, man. You can
Yeah,
do it.
Exactly.
In,
Nishant,
in a Philly
yeah.
minute.
take one for the team.
Yeah.
Unless,
In
of
the
course,
end-
you've got
in the end,
unless there's coupling and you've got company, then I accept that, as an Indian male, take what you get when you get, because you don't know when the ball's coming your way
how
again.
much ever
right?
you paid for it, yeah, all
Yeah.
of that. Huh.
Indians don't pay,
Uh,
Baba. What kind of Indian are you? You're in Gurgaon, you're paying? You're not even paying for rent.
No, I'm talking about the sex doll, huh? Anyways,
Huh.
okay,
Don't call my wife
Yeah,
names.
don't-
All right? Don't you dare. Take that back, you rascal. Oh,
Okay,
wow.
how-
Your father Amarinder is back. Rishi is the most racist of you all. Never takes comments of North Indians. Why?
It's
We can have,
the common theme. It's the common theme of self-loathing.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Yeah.
Sparsh.
How is it self-loathing? He's a
from-
Maharashtrian. He's not taking North Indian names.
Yeah,
But
but with
Sparsh
North
is
Indians,
the
you
one who
can't tell
takes
if
the
it's a
comment,
comment
no?
or a complaint at the same time.
No, it's not Spurs. It's Rishi. Your father,
I know,
Amarinder.
Baba,
And when I
but-
say your
but-
father, I mean your father, Amarinder Sriraam.
Yeah.
he
Hey.
basically is saying that Rishi is
Glad you dropped
with all the
in once in a
Punjabi
while,
names. Like,
Dad.
come on, he doesn't.
It's just okay. Okay, Cyrus, I'm going to give this a fourth attempt, then I'm giving up. Okay, HUFT story of the day.
Yes, please. yes,
It's
please.
about. It's
I'm
about
wearing
the
my dog
Saluki,
t-shirt.
the oldest dog breed. Okay.
The
And the
Saluki.
breed
Peter's
also.
the Saluki.
Yes,
Peter's the Saluki.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah, he's
You
gone
don't
on
have
his
to
mother.
abuse him,
Yeah.
but anyways,
Yeah.
Uh, okay, the breed also holds a Guinness World Record for this.
Fastest.
It dates back to
Fastest.
329 BC, as kept as royal pets in ancient Egypt. I don't know why this is relevant, Sparsh.
No, it
Okay.
is. They're one of the oldest breeds in existence. They're beautiful dogs. Come to my house.
Like
$20
greyhounds.
each.
Greyhounds, no, yeah.
Similar to the greyhound,
Okay.
but they are
Yeah.
hairy and whatever, and they're actually faster over a longer
They
distance.
have those longish.
Greyhounds are the
yeah.
fastest up to about 800,000 meters.
Yeah.
You can check. You
Okay.
can come to my house and we'll chase each other.
I
Your greyhound
just read the
versus Ma Saluki.
I
Look at
just
my
I just
cats.
read the entire
Sriraam, no one's
story.
listening to you.
I just read the entire story
Yeah,
Sparsh
yeah.
sent. The story is
Yeah.
basically us having to wax lyrical over the Saluki. So let's go
Yeah.
for it, guys.
See, he's sweet enough
Great
to know
dog.
that I have a Saluki. He's sweet
Yeah.
enough to do his research. If he only came on
Hmm.
time, he'd be the complete package, no? But you
Yeah,
can't expect
there
too
is
ये
much.
क्या सलूकी किया तुमने हमारे साथ?
It's Saluki.
But I use the pun no Hindi.
I know, I got it. Got you. Don't explain your joke. Vijay moment. Again, we did
but-
not
but
take
you're
Gural's
like,
name,
it's Saluki.
but you had to explain the joke.
Hey,
Now this is
but
Vijay Kar.
Saluki.
Vijay Kar explains the joke on stage. Please don't tell me you do that.
No.
Oh
I
my
just do
God.
them.
See what I'm saying. Hey, your father Amrinder is very angry with you, Rishi. So
Yeah.
please, a lot of North Indian guys are not getting a chance. But you have to identify some of our first names. Some of our names are Grim Fandango. How the
Yeah.
hell do we know which part of India you're from?
Amrinder could be my father or mother. You can't even tell. It is-
Grim Fandango is
Nice. Hey, Amrinder, hai koi jawab? Are you your father or your mother?
Yeah.
Good point. Okay.
okay. This because we are talking about dog stories, and this comes out from the great city of Gurgaon. This is interesting.
Can we interrupt? There's breaking news from Sugato
Yeah.
Mukherjee. The female brigade in this chat every day just tells us the appeal Mr. Brocha has even at his age. It's not a great compliment, but it's a slightly positive.
it's sort
Yeah.
of that,
Then
but
why is it not
we
on the
call-
chat?
yeah.
I'm wondering that only.
Yeah, that's see, even if it's a lie, let's live the
I'll
moment.
be honest. I'll be honest. The whole comedy show that was put up was just an excuse. All the female fans wanted was to be in a room with Cyrus. They'll happily pay the $4.99, and
Yeah.
And
So
but-
like
but-
while
but
younger
it-
girls, for younger guys, they'll throw like their handkerchiefs or bras and panties. For Cyrus, they throw blouses and stuff like that. Just like
Oh, so sweet.
fall beating.
Killing my moment, Navin. Thank you, Baba.
They throw
So
balloons.
sweet. तेरे मुंह में शक्कर और तेरे का में सोडा. Now the North Indian amongst us is finding that very funny. Nothing he
Yeah.
likes more than good abuse.
Acha, what happened in Gurgaon to the Saluki?
Don't mention
so
Gurgaon.
no
It'll happen to him
Saluki,
also.
but basically there was a dog in Gurgaon which they got married in formal Hindu tradition.
Of
marriage.
course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy. The dog got married and discuss dog marriages. That's where we are at.
Okay, one second. Now Naveen is raising a point. Does it have to be
Hmm.
heterosexual?
No. My thing is, why does it have to be a custom-based marriage?
Matlab?
Like he mentioned, it's a Hindu marriage, right?
Oh, nice.
Like the dog has to now take feras,
Yeah.
and that's what a dog normally does when it's
Which
living its
did
own
happen.
butt, like taking
Yeah,
7 turns
yes,
around itself.
yeah.
It's married to
Which
itself.
did
After doing a poop, for example,
Yeah.
just about
Yeah.
to start a poop, they do a lot of turning around.
Turning
I
around,
tried to
yeah.
do that and fell
Yeah.
because you get dizzy. Try and do that, but then sit on the pot. It's ridiculous.
Trying to smell your own butt.
bro, I draw lines. There's a certain class in this, gentleman. Don't judge by my clothes.
Yeah. But I think there's still
Oh,
a
man.
remnant of that left in us.
What I like
That's
about this
circling.
story,
Butt sniffing. Okay.
what I
sorry.
like
But
about
that's
this
done-
story
okay.
is that how we as humans try to think of dogs as monogamous, where they're going to be one family together. They'll have one set of like, they'll
Even
plan,
better,
like, I don't-
how does it extend to
Six
humans
deposits.
who are not monogamous at all by nature? It's just
Exactly.
ridiculous. Sri, you had to
Yeah.
leave Chembur and live in Gurgaon because of the kind of charges against you. I
Hmm.
mean, you can. There
I
are
just decided to do
three
that,
unhappy
sorry.
women in Chembur who you just walked up and left. And
So
just
my
used to sleep.
mom, grandmom,
Some of
and
the bras were
sister,
picked up by
okay.
Abbas. For practice, he never skips Riyaz. Grim,
Yeah.
grim. You milk of human kindness and love of humanity.
Your found just keeps flowing.
And what I like is Abbas and Silvery, our favorite whipping boys, especially when they're not there. They've also joined in now.
Yeah.
Okay, Sri, we got to
Okay,
get into
you know-
AMA's 11 o'clock hard stop for Israel visa.
For Israel visa.
All
And
right,
Israelis are
cool.
nothing
Let's-
but on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to AMA's first question. Do you think Cyrus will join the Mossad? Discuss. No. Okay.
I
No, that's not correct.
But I like that question. I'd like to take it.
Yeah, please take it.
If the money is good, I think I'll work very well in these kind of places because I'm a natural like
Hmm.
detective and I can pick up. Like Navin, when you're
Hmm.
cheating on your boyfriend, I can tell immediately. I'm one of those guys who can tell. You know, and
Can you tell now?
I don't mean to cause a scandal, but I can
Hmm.
smell when a woman has her thing. Ladies, if you're listening, it's just like a gift. But I
Oh,
can
what
tell.
thing? What
Back in
thing?
school, I don't want to say it and cause trouble, but I
Back
can
in school,
tell.
everybody could tell, I think.
No, you can't tell. What do you mean you can tell?
Because then back then the
You can't just
technology was
steal it
not
like that.
evolved.
What?
Yeah. Like girls will also agree right now that like sanitary
You're
technology
sitting
has
in a public place and you'll be able to tell who's got this thing. I can tell.
okay,
I just
cool.
have that gift.
Your nose is better than your dog.
My nose is the only thing working on my body, so just show me some
That's
respect.
why
Okay, cool,
he's
sorry.
part of the Mossad. You think they got Cyrus
Yeah.
for his
That's what I'm saying.
intelligence?
You need that, brother. When you're investigative
So
journalism or
you're
any kind of
saying
investigations of any kind,
you can smell out
No, I don't want to take it
Nazi
further.
war criminals.
I don't want to take it further. I don't see the point of taking it
That was
further.
what Mosa was like. That
We're just-
KRA for the
We're
first
going to
40
bury
years
ourselves.
was just that.
We're going to bury ourselves in mud. Leave it now. Let
My
it
father
go.
was already thrown out of Israel. I don't have anything
Your
to lose.
father was thrown out of Israel.
Okay.
He was detained.
Your
back
mother
then.
was attacked in Kuwait. Your father was thrown out of Israel. What
I
kind of?
know. I'm an outlaw.
No wonder you hate the world.
Running like a smooth criminal.
The only good story you have is about soda. Everything else is pain. I mean, that's pain,
Hmm.
but pain with pleasure.
A
so it's
pleasure
different.
pain, yeah.
it's different, yeah.
Okay. One question that I think
Now you wasted
we
time
can
with a
take from
non-EMA question, so let's go to
we
one.
can-
Yeah.
Yeah.
we can take one finally from a North Indian King Julian, guys. That's
Yeah, that's so. That's just
Julian.
Every sector in Haryana has that name.
Yeah.
You're right. You're
King
right.
Julian.
Yeah, King Julian.
okay.
bolo.
I don't know. What is the origin story of Ballad of Bolaram? Harvesh
The
and
Ballad of
Anisha
Bolaram.
also don't know. Can you convince Parsh to perform it?
I'll have to
Okay.
train him. They don't. The young kids today, they're all into rap, crap, grap. Yesterday we found a new word.
Rap crap.
Gay rap.
Gay rap is grab.
They got offended. Like I said, what's wrong with that? It can be a new genre, right?
Who
Like,
got offended?
Yeah.
I don't know who was sitting with us yesterday. Kajol.
Kajol, yeah.
Kajol gets offended very quickly.
Yeah.
Like you just have to say
Sometimes on my
hi,
behalf also.
and she's like, "What?"
Yeah.
yeah.
Just one eye
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah.
But I think gay people can't rap properly. Either.
Okay, that's not the question.
Yeah. Why?
We'd rather use a mouth for the things.
What is the origin story of Ballad of
Ballad of Bolaram.
Bolaram?
Through the trees, I spied a cow. Said to myself, "Bolaram, be brave." It's a very interesting.
Why was there a
It's an English
Marathi
Parsi
accent?
poem set to Marathi
Poem.
inflections, and
I love
it
it.
just brings people closer.
I love it.
The communities like each other more when they, with over a drink, you sit around a campfire, especially if it's already 60 degrees in tropical heat in Mumbai,
It is.
and then you really
My
let go.
friends just taught me the worst Marathi phrases. Like
Like
आंब्याच्या झाडाखाली उभी होती
Like
सकू
Maharashtrian, you know.
मागून आला
That's-
बिक्खू आणि दाबली तिचे चिकू and all of that.
Okay,
One of those.
Now you have to run it by our production team before we start.
Rishi started like running crazy. He's like, no, stop
His
saying that.
bad luck is that his parents may watch for 1 minute, and that's the only thing that will come
Because he
out.
knows all of these. Like for example, tell me like तुझे Lalit मालूम है Lalit, and I'm like, oh, who Lalit?
No. What?
Then I won't say the आगे का.
Let's go back to North
For
Indian.
the
sir.
punchline, message me.
Too much Marathi is going on. We can't handle it.
Next question from Akshay. Interesting question. A crossover of sorts. Cyrus, which podcast guest would you want to be in the week that was it?
Yeah, I've got so many.
In case you
people,
want to double down on not having a career twice.
Yeah. I would like to have someone who's dead. So I think dead people tell no tales. So like a dead person, like if I have Alexander the Great and you give him a glass of wine and he tells us about what really
Podcast
happened
guest,
when he crossed
Cyrus.
the Indus.
Did Alexander the Great come on this podcast?
Oh, you mean already who was featured?
Yeah.
Talk to me like I'm 7. What the hell are you doing?
One of our guests from the past must have died by now. No, can we just do a
I don't know about the guests, but
Yeah.
lots of people listening.
We should do an in memoriam.
because I don't know if you all know this, but like there was an entire period when I had the worst time migrating the podcast to different platforms. By the way, because we had a exclusive deal with one company back then, and then the deal was.
Savan.
Don't say that.
Okay, I'm not supposed to say it.
No, you're not supposed
I
to say it.
apologize.
Yeah, because I'm now going to.
I felt like that kid in class who, you're struggling with
Knew
something.
the
I want to
answer,
help you.
Yeah. So then the podcast was pretty much free for all, everybody on the website, and then went to Savar exclusively
You're like, you said it.
because now you said
Well,
it.
you said it then.
How can
Why
I
did you
just
say
leave it twice now?
No, you said it twice. Now let's say 6 or 8.
And
And
Yeah,
don't put the
exactly.
middle.
Use
Okay,
the
and
number,
off
use a
you go.
different number.
Tell your story.
Sixon. Okay.
Bolo bhai, bolo.
So then I had to migrate back to the website again after that, and I had to do the cataloging belt ke sabka, okay. So I was like, I had to listen to every podcast ever
Oh,
that you
God,
had recorded
again?
and I was not even producing half of
No
them.
wonder he he hates the world, guys.
Exactly.
Guantanamo
So-
Bay,
so-
Not his
Guantanamo
fault.
Bay, Guantanamo Bay torture
Yes.
technique, right there.
Yes.
Yeah, just listen to Cyrus
Early,
Says.
the early ones, which are
Yeah.
really bad.
Okay.
Before waterboarding and all, which are mild.
Just
compared.
like zero audio.
Imagine waterboarding him, and he has to listen to Cyrus Says.
shit.
Just the rants. Just the
They'll
rants.
be
you know?
like,
Back
okay,
then I was like,
they'll be
these
like,
people
Cyrus,
from where I know
Cyrus,
them.
they'll be like, I'm okay with the waterboarding, but just stop the podcast.
Just stop hardcore from crying. There's an entire episode. If I want to go and listen to an episode of
So
Cyrus Says,
give a
which is
name,
serious,
na? What is the guest you want to repeat?
Hardcore.
Hardcore.
Hardeep
yeah.
Kaur, the
Yeah.
rapper
Ah,
singer.
She's
Har-
really nice.
yeah.
yeah.
She's very
a little
nice.
emotional,
But
but
that's what I'm
she's
saying.
very
That's what I'm
nice.
saying. That was the only episode where I was moved in your podcast, Cyrus, because
Yeah.
everybody else is just bunkers.
She caught us off guard.
She started like telling the story of her mom's abuse, and it was really interesting and like
Her
very
struggles.
heart wrenching.
Yeah,
So I'm just saying, like,
I really like her.
yeah.
Please
so-
come and if you cry on a podcast, doesn't hurt. We would like that once in a while if somebody's so emotional.
Yeah.
But who's the emotional person who will come on the Kunal? Kunal gets upset very easily.
Or
If the,
a
if
better
the watchman
question.
stops him entering, he'll be in a bad mood.
I don't know. Yeah, y'all are very mean to Kunal.
But it's only the way it should
Okay,
be.
Cyrus,
Yeah, it's nature.
Cyrus, who would you want to see cry amongst all the guests?
Everybody in my building. I can't stand most of the people in my building. Now they want to throw one watchman out because he spoke back to a member. I'm like, that's national justice for you. The guy, you don't even look at what happened. You're just saying no, but if he starts talking like that to everyone, what? We look at the incident and see who's right or wrong. You can't just say because we are one class of society, that guy's wrong. I mean, you can, but I'm just saying you shouldn't. What do you say,
Yeah.
Navin, as a communist?
I have nothing to say about this
Yeah,
because
can't
I feel
okay,
stand
Cyrus.
people
neighbors.
from
I've had enough of
people
it.
from
I
all
wanna-
stratas
as
can
a
be
present, I
assholes.
want one day to come home and all the neighbors are replaced. New neighbors. So we start all over
Okay.
again.
Okay.
What do you think?
Uh,
I think Delhi
now
and Bangalore are better
coming-
neighbors than Bombay. In Delhi, you get a better sense of neighborhood and people are nicer. At least on the face of it, people are friendlier, warmer. Bangalore also.
What Delhi have you been to, Cyrus?
I've always
The
had warmth
thing
in
is,
Delhi.
you
I'm
know-
sorry to say, what do you want me to do? I had a bad experience. I didn't have a bad experience. What am I
That's what
supposed to do?
you have to go.
Force it?
You have to go. Really stay there. Be there for a while.
I've stayed there. I've shot for days and days there, Baba. And cheap hotels like Sherwani Lodge and all that. You don't know, with windows broken. All that. But the people are nice.
Sherwani
People
Lodge.
are always nobody ignores you. See, in Bombay, people ignore you, which is the worst crime.
This
In
is an
Delhi,
entire different episode.
you have a conversation with anyone. Sparsh, am I wrong? Everyone talks to you in Delhi. You just start talking to them. You want to find a gym, they help you. You want to
Everybody's aggressively
find...
like
That's,
they hate you.
that's not true. This aggression thing is not true. They're a little more extroverted. It's mistaken for aggression. Real aggression is that silent, passive killer like Sriraam. You go to Chembur and see what happens to you. That's where the aggression is really high. Oh, those guys, I tell you. Sri, I was
In Delhi,
molested.
you have to
Huh.
get along with your neighbors because in Delhi, you have to get along with your neighbors.
Why do you say the same thing
Hey.
3 times and then freeze?
Hey, wow, are you hard? I don't know. Huh?
I think he started taking his medication early. You have to wait till noon and after food. Sriram, what are you doing?
You said Delhi was nice and immediately his network went away. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, your father, Amarinder, I'll take the next question. They say that Genghis Khan is pronounced with the ch. Genghis Khan has 1.6 crore descendants. Is it true? Since you claim to be one of them, unbelievable lineage. It's true. I have my hair is chest. That's proof that I'm definitely a descendant.
Yeah.
Also, I can ride a horse. And most importantly, I do everything very fast. Which, ladies, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's the way it is. Naveen, would you like to take a question? Because we have 2 minutes left.
I think, yeah. If
We lost Sriram.
Okay,
back
last
then when they were
question.
just like
I'll
going
get it,
around
I'll get it.
pillaging, raping
I-
people. Okay, but you're running on your own Gurgaon standard time, dude.
Yeah, and you just come and go whenever you please. You're worse than Sparsh.
Yeah, you're
You
like
show
Karma
some
Chameleon.
dedication. Yeah. Come on, bro. We're waiting for the
Sorry,
question.
I'm on weird Gurgaon.
Okay, in Delhi, you got
okay,
Shweta is saying in Delhi you got to get along with the neighbors because cars block one another outside the house or just to get out. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
we have to take our word for that. GK is saying
and also
Sriram
all the
gone.
houses
So
are right
could you
here in
go?
your face. Like, yeah.
We're on a question already, Sriram. You can join in
What
or
is
you
he
can
saying?
jump off.
Everybody's house is in your face. Okay, what is the question?
Gokhale Bridge, Andheri east to west, was deemed too dangerous and was shut for vehicles. Now, to ease congestion, they want to allow bikes and autos. This is a big tragedy waiting to happen.
I don't know. Palomine was telling me that he took 1.5 hours extra because of the bridge being closed, which is a huge extra
Even
time.
Malad Mein, they shut SV Road down. It's like a whole hue and cry about it. Like
Between you and me,
Bombay's-
SV Road should just close permanently.
Malad should be shut down altogether. I feel.
I didn't want to say that because that would sound wrong.
Yeah.
And what are the malls? The malls are the good.
They can go fucking. I hate the Goregaon Malad malls.
You become regionalist.
Yeah, Makabo.
What the hell? So where do you like the malls?
I don't like malls. The idea of malls is so obsolete. It's so
Acha, acha.
2001.
I've understood from a whiskey perspective. You like large, not mall.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
I like city walks which are like like Delhi Heart, for example, which has more personality
Ah.
as compared to like just a glass wall with like chaddi hanging out of it. No.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked. Sriram, Bagaichi, who's not Bagchi, says you look like Sam Bankman, fried off FTX today. Fired. Fried.
None of us get that.
Fired, no? Yeah. Sam Bankman, do we have a picture to match? It'll take us time. We have
Sounds
to
like
end
a
the show
new
in 2
person.
minutes. Sorry. Next time we'll do it. Last question. Sriram has got into the police force in Gurgaon. He'll be walking the bomb squad dog. Dream 11. Grim Fandango just taking shots. Don't feel bad. He does it to all of us. He felt so bad he left.
Shriram is the
Grim,
dog.
what did you do? He just walked out on us now. Okay, Shri, we have to end
Sorry,
it because
am I
one of
there?
us has got an important assignment and appointment with the Israeli visa committee.
Yeah.
And I'm already
Okay.
practicing my Hava Nagila Hava. I'm just going to burst into song and see what happens.
L'chaim.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Good.
I
You
like
speak perfect Hebrew.
Yeah, some Hebrew I know.
Yeah, as in Hebrew people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hebrew I drink.
Yeah. I know names. I'll just keep saying names. Jonas. All right. Joshua. All right. We have to go.
Okay.
So it's bye-bye
I'm
time.
here. I'm here. Sorry, I
Shriram,
have to go away.
Shriram,
You carry on.
You keep talking. Okay,
Yeah.
we are leaving, but we want you to stay on till the Wi-Fi
Okay,
disconnects.
okay. One last thing before we wrap the show, please like, share, subscribe, all of that. Anything that anyone has to plug, anything that anyone wants.
Don't
to
say
promote.
that because it's a physical action for him, and then he starts misbehaving.
Yeah, I want to plug a soda
No.
bottle.
Bye.
Okay, you can.
Okay,
and
thank you
Navin
so
said-
much for watching the show. First, let me verify if anyone's left. Okay, not sure. Can't tell. Lighting is not good. But you know the drill. It's very simple. Like and subscribe. We need that, guys. I'm desperate for it. I've just been told we don't get like and subscribe by November 31st, which doesn't exist because it's not there in the month. There'll be trouble. So please like and subscribe as quickly as possible. And that's all we have time for. And leave your comments. Your likable, lovable, laughable comments. Anything you want to say. Criticize us. Say anything you want. We don't care because we don't really read them. But please, no, I'm kidding. We do.